Okay, let's do training mission number 13. AGM-65 Mavericks Basic. So I started the chat already, and we're ready to taxi. Important is that we power up our right hardpoint here, so that the TGP has enough time to power up, and also that we power up our Mavericks. Let's do that now. It takes 3 minutes till the Mavericks are powered up, so let's do that now. Power on, and it will take about 3 minutes. So now let's ask for taxi. Ocean ground, rocket 2, rocket 1, no, what's my call sign? Rocket 2. Ocean ground, rocket 2, 1, ready to taxi.
Good evening, Rocket 2. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo, and hold short, runway 27 left.
Okay, let's taxi. Let's remove the chokes. And let's taxi. Good. Okay. So DGB is already ready for use. Okay, so we're gonna shoot some Mavericks today. First, let's take a look at our mission. We're gonna start here at Osan, then we're gonna turn towards Tier 2. Tier 3, that's Seoul airbase, there we're gonna boresight our Mavericks. And on Tier 4 we have a hard site that we're gonna going to attack some rocket launchers with our Mavericks. Yes. So there are several types of Mavericks in the game. The F-16's we're gonna use mainly the Delta and the Golf. The Alpha and the Bravo, these are older models, so if you're doing ITO 80s or something like that, then you might use these. We're gonna use the Delta and the Golf. The Delta is against armored vehicles, small hard targets, and it can be used in triple ejector racks like we're using it today. We have 6 of the green Deltas, and there's also it has a nominal range of 50 nautical miles. Yeah, I mean in perfect situations maybe you can get 50 nautical miles. And then there's the Golf model. That's for penetration, buildings, bunkers, bridges, ships. Single ejector, single rack, and 20 nautical miles. So there are several restrictions when we're using Mavericks. First of all, we don't have maximum G or 7G plus and -7 negative G, and 600 knots or Mach 0.905. We shouldn't overspend. If we overspeed or over G them, then they might not work. Hanging missile, or it doesn't detonate on purpose. Yeah, when it hits. Okay, how much time we got left? Okay, 1 minute. That's not too bad. So there's several restrictions when using the Mavericks. If we're too fast, Mach 1.2, or diving more than 60 degrees, banking more than 30 degrees, rolling more than 30 degrees per second, and not if we have too much
Rocket 2-1, contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 30880.
Rocket 1-2. Rocket 2... Osan Tower, Rocket 2-1 ready for takeoff.
Rocket 2, Osan Tower, wing 300 at 8 knots, runway 27 left. You are cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Rocket 2-1. Okay, let's pause here for a moment. So let's talk about the Maverick limitations. So we said that if we want to launch, if we're going too fast or diving too excessively or banking too much, it won't hit. Also, we have to adhere to the so-called keyhole. So this is the weapon page. So this is actually us looking through the seeker towards the target, and we have in this picture we have this bridge pylon locked up, and the cross here, this has to be solid. If that cross moves outside of this imaginary keyhole that isn't displayed actually on the weapon page, but we have to imagine it. So we have so that the line of sight of the missile isn't outside of its gimbals. Then we have this cross blinking. If this cross is blinking, the missile won't hit. It will miss. Also, there's a time limitation on the Mavericks, so it needs 3 minutes to spin up the gyro before use, and if it's on, it's 60 minutes maximum on. So after 60 minutes, it's off. Also, with video on in full power mode, it's only 30 minutes maximum. So we have to take that into account, especially on longer missions. This training mission isn't too long, so we're only let's freeze here. It's only a few miles, just hopping to Seoul and then towards the FLOT here, so that won't be an issue. Otherwise, you have to turn off the Mavericks and then turn them on again when you're ingressing towards the target. Okay, so the missile types. Here's the limitations. And there are 3 modes of delivery. There's the pre-planned delivery mode, there's the visual delivery mode, and there's the boresight delivery mode. We're gonna shoot 2 missiles each in each of these modes. This is our target, the BM-30 Smerch rocket launcher. We're gonna talk about those later. So now we're gonna take off towards steer 2, then we turn right towards steer 3. On steer 3, we're gonna boresight our Mavericks. Okay, so boresighting the Mavericks. When the Mavericks are mounted onto the jet, they're not necessarily pointing into the absolute correct direction. And so to have all the sensors, like the TGP and the FCR, and the Mavericks pointing in the same direction, we have to boresight them. This isn't 100% necessary. This isn't, you don't have to do it, but it's very convenient if you can, because if you find something on the TGP and lock it up and it's within the...
Rocket 2-1, what is your problem? You are disrupting traffic.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, let's start. Okay, let's take off. rotating. Open the brakes. Gear up. $350 knots out of the burn.
Rocket 2-1, contact departure.
Contact departure. Also departure, rocket 2-1 airborne.
Rocket 2, Osan, departure. Fly heading 015, resume on navigation.
Okay, so let's turn on the TGP. So we are in standby. Wait. First, let's turn towards steer 3, and we are in air to ground mode, and we turn on the TGP, and on steer 3. There's tier 3. Okay. So, and now let's turn on autopilot, pitch on, and steering select. We're gonna stay low below the cloud, so bad visibility is very bad for Mavericks. So if you got fog, if you got clouds, that's not good for Mavericks. So now we have here, left side we have the TGP, and on the right side we have the Mavericks powered on. Weapon page is still blank, so we're gonna BMS down to have our weapon page soy. We're gonna turn on the master arm, either simulate or arm. That's as we want. Let's do simulate, and then we have to uncage. So now we have video. The same thing we do with the second missile. We can change the missile on here on the OSBs, or with the missile step button. That's the nose wheel steering button, and also this right one we're gonna uncage. Alright, so here we have our weapons page. We can change the field of view also with the pinky switch, and we can change polarity, hot on cold, cold on hot. Alright, so now as we can see, if we go into the TGP, zoom in, these two are not pointing. Let's change that. These two are not pointing into the same direction. So here we are on the southern end of the airfield, and this is between the airfield and the city. Also, this is just pointing somewhere completely different. I have no idea where this is pointing. So, if we have found a target here and this is pointing somewhere else, this is of not much help. So what we're doing is we're gonna we will boresight them so that we ensure they're looking into the same direction. And what's even a next benefit is if within parameters, it hands off the target to the Mavericks. So if we lock up something on the TGP and it's within limits or parameters of the Maverick, it's locked up already. So we're actually ready to fire very quickly. That depends. It doesn't work all the time, but it can. So we're gonna look at our TGP and we're gonna move it. So if we move it, you see there is movement here. Where is that pointing? Oh, here. Okay, so that's pointing somewhere completely different. Let's pop cursor 0 and DMS down. So for boresighting, it's best thing is to move it or lock up a target that's very easily distinctive. That's very distinctive, so that we can, as you see, it's a bit difficult to like see what's going on here. So it's easier if you lock up something that's easily discernible. So we're gonna lock up this building here. On this building we're gonna boresight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lock up it on the TGP, and then we're gonna point our Maverick towards the same target. We're gonna also lock it up, and then here it's gonna OSB 20 gonna be the boresight button, and we're gonna click on the boresight button, and then they're both pointing in the same direction. Let's try that. Unpause. Move here. This is nice. Let's lock it up. So let's move to okay, we're still too far out. That's okay. How's that one gonna move here? We're still alright. So we TMS'd up. It's now within, and we have the boresight dynamic. We're gonna boresight it. Good. Next missile. Move. TMS up. We have a lock. Boresight. Boresight. Finished. That's boresighting. So how can we control if it's boresighted? We're gonna try it again. So we're gonna TMS down. Cursor 0. Maybe move to somewhere else. Air to ground mode. So now I'm just moving on the left side, and oh, that's a bit quick. There, let's take the tower on the TGP, and we see we are locked up. We have handoff complete, so that works. Second missile, TGP, lock up, and hand up complete. So right now we could fire the Maverick. Yeah. Good. Boresighting complete. Let's turn off the autopilot. And let's remove our targets.
Lancer,
Cursor
1,
0.
Airborne, 2 ship, B1Bs, 3000.
White.
Lancer, 1, Osan, departure. Depart heading 265. Resume on navigation.
Let's get rid of all our targets. And let's move towards... Opa, where we are? Oh my god. Steer 4. Let's climb a bit. So, cursor 0. This attack profile we're flying now is very, very dangerous because we're flying too low actually. But it's a training scenario. We know there are not too many. There aren't any shortcuts or stuff like that there. So we're safe. Okay, autopilot. Let's fence in. We're gonna turn off the lights. Move the master arm into arm. Have a nice program selected. Good. Master arm. Air to ground mode. Good. So now let's talk about the delivery. if we look into the weapon page, here we have our delivery mode. This is pre-mode, Viz mode, and boresight mode. Boresight mode and boresighting are two different things. That's important. So, yeah. The pre-planned pre-mode is a CCRP type. So we select the target with an onboard sensor. With most of the time it's TGB. It could also be FCR, whatsoever. And then yeah, it can be boresighted, like we said. And the mode, we have the target. We find the target with the with one of our sensors, and then we hand it off, or we move on to the weapon page. Okay. Second mode is the visual mode. There we have the HUD gonna be soy, and we're gonna have a target designator on the HUD. We select this one on the HUD, TMS up, and then do fine adjustments on the weapon page to fire. And then we have the boresight mode, where, let's look at that, pre-mode, the Viz mode. So we have, here's our designator, and we have the boresight mode. There we have here, this is the boresight cross, and we actually move the aircraft onto the target. So first we're gonna change. We can change it with OSB2 or with the what's the button? The cursor enable button. So first we're gonna do pre-mode. Let's climb a bit. Okay, oh my god, I forgot. So, better. 4,000 feet. With TMS down, I can change. So, TMS down, roger. So, let's see if we have anything there. Okay, there's a city, and behind that city we can already see it. This is our heart battalion. There we have the launchers. These are the launchers. These are these bad guys. Let's zoom in. Oh yeah. Okay. So, and we see that on our left side. Alright, so now we have a cloud just in between. Let's turn off the autopilot and move around the cloud. So clouds are bad. You see how the image is blurred. Can't see anything here. And now we see that the TGP is pointing to the right. Also, we have the cross on the right. So this is actually, could be outside of our keyhole. Outside of the keyhole here. We have the range on the right side. Also make sure that you're in a narrow field of view, so we can have a better, the seeker on the Maverick has a better chance to lock up the target. So we're past that cloud. Let's turn in towards the target. Slow down a bit. No need to go too fast. There's our target. Okay, so on the left side is the TGP. I'm gonna TMS up. So we have the target here, and we have the handoff is complete. Good. Let's change the missile. Let's move that one, zoom out. Let's try to hit that side. Okay. Good. So, now, handoff is complete. Rifle. And rifle. So, still 9 miles, 6 miles out, and we're off. So now you see that the weapon page is black. That's because the other seeker heads have to be uncaged, so we're gonna do that. Uncage button on the 3, missile step to the 7, and uncage as well. Okay. Oh, we're gonna turn on the page. Can see where the target is. There we have our target. Let's go back. Zoom out a bit. Turn back towards the south. There we go. Okay. Autopilot on. There we go. Boom. Good hits. Okay. Good. So, now next we gonna tip us down. Also here, cursor 0. TGB. Cursor 0. Wide field of view. And on the right side, cursor down. Cursor down. So, second run's gonna be with boresight mode. So, we're switching with either OSB 2 or with the cursor enable button, we switch to boresight mode. Bore. So now we have that cross here. TMS down. So we are clear. No target selected. And now we're gonna point our aircraft towards the target and we're gonna fire. So there's a big pile of smoke. There on the left side are targets. Good. Yeah, let's fire on these. So this is good. TMS up. And now get good again. TMS up. Move it up. Fine tune. Solid cross 6 miles. Rifle. Also the second one. Let's point it where it is. There it is. TMS up. Got it stabilized. And rifle. Let's hope we don't hit that. Ooh, we're too slow. Too low.
Chaff, flare.
Not much left here. There are some building. There are some vehicles. Okay, that hit short. Alright, we're gonna attack from that angle now. last two missiles gonna be this mode. So first weapon page is black, so we're gonna uncage. Next missile uncage, and cursor enable button to this mode. TMS down. TMS down. Okay, so this mode we have the HUD is soy, and we're gonna move the little designator box onto our target. Okay, where's the target? This one looks good. TMS up. Fine tune. Truck. Rifle. Next one. TMS down. There's another truck. Up. Rifle.
Chaff.
Off.
Flare. Caution. Caution.
Cat one. Boom! Boom! Okay, I think one truck survived. Okay, that's it. No more Mavericks left. Yeah. Good, let's go home. Okay. Mavericks. Basic. Check.